All of the component parts are representations of building types that you will find in a typical suburban environment. Shopping malls, residences, houses, fast food restaurants, big box stores, apartment buildings, churches, schools, etc., etc. And I used Cherry Hill, New Jersey as my primary case study. They were then mashed together, conflated together, much as the way they would be in a typical urban environment. It's not a model of a city, of any existing city or any city that's ever been built. It's an imaginary environment.
Mark's piece was quite topologically convoluted, and it was impossible to predict what images would look like when we projected onto it. So we set up a projector in Mark's studio, looking for some kind of consonant, some kind of correlation that seemed provocative. And every so often we found peculiar optical conjunctions that arose. Spaces seemed to dissolve and rearrange themselves. You could see things in two contradictory ways simultaneously. Your vision was challenged.
The sound is derived from the kinds of environments that are being depicted in the model, urban environments. They're all captured, recorded sounds. They're not electronically created. But the sound is not intended to link up in a literal way with image and some sort of narrative result. The sound-image relationship is one of dislocation. It's more poetic or textual as opposed to a specific literal linkage.
And we realized that the images that seemed to work in this way offered some interesting, intriguing visual metaphors for various archetypal aspects of the city. The city as a hive, as a brain, as a part of nature, as a prison, as a machine, as a riddle, as a reflection, as the site of apocalypse. And so we organized these into a kind of suite.
The primary sort of sculptural language is really one of stacking and layering, with the largest buildings, of course, being the substructure, and they would be the shopping malls. They generally tend to form the base for the piece that all of the other structures are then built upon or next to.
The tricky part was to get the video to fit the sculpture, and this proved surprisingly difficult. But the consequence is that the city seems to float above the floor with a kind of self-illumination, and it becomes very magical. If you walk around it, the city changes in visibility as its structures become more or less shadowed by the projector light, and correspondingly the video becomes more or less readable.